Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be working on some more of the Biltmore, and then we're also going to work on just the Biltmore, and I'm probably going to work on some more of the rodanthe with the gas station and stuff like that, if we like find time afterward. So that's what we're going to do today, and I don't feel like talking. I'm super tired. I barely slept like any last night. I'm like so out of it. And I'm just gonna like sit back and just make this like it's most entertaining as I can make it. But I'm really tired, so I'm wanting to go ahead and mute myself, put on a podcast, and we're just gonna build. I kind of want to finish up this area right here. I want to start working on this area and probably build the rest of the walls on this around this garden. And I think that's what we'll do for today, and then tomorrow we'll continue on working. I'll find something else to do. I'll probably add trees and build this garden. There's a garden that's on this hill and whatnot, more like a parkway kind of thing. So that's what we're gonna work on today and tomorrow, and I'm just gonna mute myself. Hey, what's up? Yep, see, it's Tyler. Oh, nice. It's Tyler, guys. It's Tyler. Tyler's a long viewer of mine. He loves to watch the streams. Thanks for coming out, Tyler. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself.
Think about the plan as a group. So that's sort of the plan for us. And next
we should, you know, now that we're done talking about 2020, maybe we should talk about what they could expect in 2021.
2021 is going to be lit, man.
2021 is going to be fucking lit.
Nothing's going to go wrong.
Oh, man.
No, listen, like, we don't know what the fuck's going to happen in 2021, but we do want the best for this group, and we do want the best for all of us individually. So whatever that looks like.
Why everyone's leaving, and we're replacing everyone with younger, more attractive doubles.
Yeah.
That's right. We've got some great bunch of kids on TikTok. They can do the dances. They can do the funnies on the Twitter. A lot of people like him. It's going to be great for you guys. Trust me, though. You'll be in good hands.
Well, I mean, the one thing we can at least guarantee is the fact that when we start the podcast again, it will all be in person on a new set. And
hey, don't say we can guarantee it.
I can. We can almost.
What if Melbourne gets suddenly put into another lockdown?
We can almost guarantee it. You'll get at least a couple of IRL podcasts in person. But yeah, I mean, it'll be a fresh show. We're thinking about how to make it more interesting, how to make it more fun, how to make it enjoyable, and make it something to look forward to. Because if I'm gonna speak honestly, over like the last couple of months, especially through lockdown, I didn't look forward to filming the podcast at all. Because the idea of like the podcast that was so appealing to me before is that I get to go out of my house, I get to see my friends in person, we shoot a podcast, and then we hang out. But for this,
that's
it's
cool.
like,
You got
all
a
right,
PC.
well, I don't have
Awesome.
anything to talk about because I've been inside. Nobody else really has anything to talk about because they've all been inside. So I have
time
to,
in the world, so that's not fun to talk about.
Load up OBS, get on Discord, put the webcam up, put on the gear, and then,
just try and fill that hour.
Try to fill the hour.
Fill that hour.
And
yeah,
it was
obviously, I'm sure that the audience has been able to tell more or less, but it has been a struggle to fill the hour throughout this year a couple of times, And
it's been a good effort though.
We've done as well as we could, At least it's been a constant thing. We've done our best, but we are sorry if the content's felt off because it is. It's off.
The IRL podcast would be so much better, dude.
Yeah, dude, easily.
Yeah, well, when we went back to Discord, I noticed a massive influx of comments being like, "You guys talk over each other all the time now." Yeah, it's because of Discord. It's because it's so hard to know when someone finishes speaking because of latency. It's actually the fucking worst. Being in person is so much better where you can reach over and give Mason a slap on the back of his head and.
What?
Just fucking start beating the shit out of Mason on the podcast. It's just a good time. Like, it's more physical comedy.
Yeah, well, there's more that you can do. And there's it's just a better environment to just be able to sit around a table and talk frankly with your friends instead of just being on a Discord call talking to your monitor. Like, it's more personal. There's, more comes up. You read people's body language better. And,
way better. Yeah, so we're gonna. Yeah, so that's the plan, guys. Back with the IRL podcast soon. Better energy, better topics, better times. Vlogs coming soon. We've got a couple, obviously, that we keep saying are just kind of coming soon. They're coming soon, but they are. Thank you for your patience. And when they start dropping, oh mama, you're gonna be like, whoa, where did this content come from? It came from the heart. Is where it came from, folks.
Beautiful, beautifully spoken.
That's right.
And you yourself, Fitz, you're aiming to upload around Christmas time, right?
Yeah, I'm hopefully going to be able to provide some Christmas cheer to the
very good.
Wow.
Young kids.
That's going to be the true Christmas miracle.
I'm creeping in your house. I know when you're sleeping. I also know when you're awake. I know when you've been bad or good. So here's a fucking bit of content. I don't know. The point is, I'm Santa Claus, and I'm giving everyone a little video for Christmas. Maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll see what happens. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to... digging into that fresh soil that's covered the fucking hole that is my channel and see what I can do with what remains. Can't believe I got fucking 5 million something subscribers and I'm just being like, fuck them.
Hey man, fair enough. It's good that you put yourself first above everything, above the obligations. I'm glad that you did get your priorities straight, and that is commendable.
More than anything, the cause for it was just that I felt myself becoming one of those YouTubers, one of those weird cunts that just starts out great, people like him, and then they're like, "Ooh, what's going on with this guy?" Like, you just see him kind of deteriorating a little bit.
You just see the decline.
And I was like, I don't like feeling this way. I don't like feeling this decline in myself. I don't like how I'm feeling about myself. I don't like how I'm feeling about the job. I'm not doing it for the right reasons. So I took the approach of just being like, step the fuck away instead of doubling down. And who knows what it's done to my career? Honestly, I'm not really too concerned, but either way, I'm hoping to return and be happy with the things that I'm doing. So that'll be nice. I hope that happens. And if not, well,
yes.
I guess you can see me working at Woolworths next year. We'll figure something out.
Woolies.
Work at the supermarket. But no, things will be fine. Yeah. Okay. So that's next year. That's this year. What else is a year? 1945.
Right, so 2022. We're planning.
We're actually planning.
So that year, aliens are going to reveal themselves to us.
PogChamp.
They will be able to ascend and go to the Galactic Federation base that's underground on Mars, which will be pretty cool. Film a vlog there.
Is that base already being built, or is that already built?
Yeah, the aliens have
Heard
built
much
it
about that base?
years ago, and humans have been going up to Mars secretly for decades now.
What are these?
Yeah, I've
aliens?
been there.
You've been there? What do the aliens look
I think
like?
I heard that.
Yeah.
I think I've
Actually,
heard that before.
Oh, that
From
Jay's been there?
A wise man with a beard.
Me?
No, crackhead Carl.
Jay, you've
No,
been.
I thought because I saw Keemstar talking about.
Yeah,
how
it
the
was
base
Kim.
and
It
shit.
was Kim. Yeah,
he's a
it's because
wise
this
man.
Israeli, I believe he was a space guy. He was part of like the space defense or whatever the fuck in Israel, and he claims that aliens exist. They live among us, which is the game of the summer.
Among Us.
And they you know they're chilling and like they want to learn from us and we want to learn from them, and they're trying to figure out how the universe works as we are, so we're helping each other apparently, which is great.
That's how they confirmed that aliens exist. They were having a boardroom meeting in the White House. Everyone was there, all the representatives, and there was one particular person that just looked a little out of place. Green head, strange suit on.
Big eyes.
And everyone's like, I don't know, dude. Flip flop's kind of sus. And he's like, I don't know what you mean. And then like, no, he's 100% an alien. Fuck this guy. He's a fucking alien. They voted him out. And then they discovered that there's this entire base on Mars. Jay, you said that you went there. What do these aliens really look like? Can you give us some inside information?
Oh, they're pretty straightforward. The big heads, some purple, some green,
Wow.
big eyes. Yeah,
Variation.
they're lovely people, really.
Do they have
They
like
speak
genders?
fluent English. Yeah, they're people.
Wow, what
Do they have
accent?
Accent. It's kind of like a mix of like Chinese and also English at the same time.
Oh, weird.
If you had to put
Yeah.
a name on it,
I guess-
what would you?
I guess it makes sense.
English.
I guess it makes sense because they're probably trying to understand us, and English and Chinese are like two of the biggest
Yeah, exactly.
languages, or,
Exactly.
what
Damn,
what
that's
There's
big
millions of
brain.
them.
yeah, massive brand. So what do they want? Like, what's the deal? Like, they're just chilling.
They kind of just want our assholes. Like
They want our
that's pretty much what
assholes?
they just want to probe us and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've
Okay.
fucked everything in the universe and
Yeah.
determined that the human race, they're the best orifices.
We're the best ones.
I feel like me and these aliens are gonna get along just fine. I don't know about you guys. No.
Oh, I welcome this.
Oh, I welcome my probing overlords. Imagine if you could actually find.
I never
information.
understood the whole thing with like anal probing. Like, who came up with that? Who was like the first person to claim that they got abducted and they were like, I got anally probed? You know, like what made them think that aliens
that-
would want to fucking shove something up your ass?
Does that mean my uncle's an alien or?
Probably, yeah.
Oh man, that was really funny, Jay. Yeah, your uncle is an alien. So he sounds.
I reckon Mason might be a bit of an alien.
Oh, I reckon too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
fucking practically purple right now. Green
Living
room.
among us.
I gotta keep. You gotta keep on the down low, fellas.
We all know Mason loves a
Area
bit of a
51
probe.
Andy.
I am Area
Mm.
51 Andy.
It's an accuracy.
Apparently, probing started in the late 1940s, early 1950s. It claims that a couple were driving on an interstate and they were abducted and then probed on a saucer-shaped craft, which is interesting.
Hmm.
So yeah,
What's that medical procedure where they shove a fist up your ass and see if your prostate's okay?
a
Prostate exam.
prostate exam.
When did
Fisting.
prostate exams start being a thing? Was it before or after? I want to see if there's a correlation here. So I
Yeah.
went to my
The aliens are
doctor,
doing
and this
it.
alien came into the room and shoved a device up my asshole,
There were bright lights.
and then told me I had cancer.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, it was like, oh wait, no, this is like for like a blood PSA.
Doctor's like, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is you have cancer. The good news is you got a tight butthole. Like, nice.
That shit's fucking supple.
Tight butthole there. Like, no wonder that cancer's stuck in there. Nothing's getting through that butthole. Nothing at all. Sorry.
Oh, that's fucked.
That's fucked. I mean, there is something about the butthole with other animals. Dogs love giving them a sniff. It's like where the information lies. It's almost like an ID of sorts, you know?
Oh,
can-
true.
Yeah, well,
Well,
it's like
that's
the
like your
same. It's like the
natural, like,
Like a barcode.
well, if that's like your natural like USB port, you're supposed to like plug everything into to like get the data out of, you know?
It's the mainframe. The butthole.
Yeah, that's why the dogs sniff it. That's why the aliens probe it. Just
And
your
that's why
USB port.
homosexuals are so wise.
And so wise. That's so funny.
They're
Yeah.
plugging their information sausage into the.
Hey, great example. Sir Ian
knowledge.
McClellan. Sir Ian McClellan. Perfect example.
True.
Gandalf.
Yeah.
Gandalf the gay.
Oh.
Very wise.
Dumbledore was
Is
gay
that the
too.
dude
What's
from
with all
Harry
these
Potter?
gay
No.
wizards,
Yeah,
man?
sure.
I
What
love
did you
Lord of
guys?
the Rings.
What was? If you had one thing that you think was like one silver lining of lockdown, or like something about being stuck in your house that was kind of like nice, what would you say?
Heaps of money in subs on YouTube.
Yeah, Jay's done
Yeah.
very well for himself.
You gave me an appreciation for things that I've taken for granted.
And that.
Yeah, that's oh yeah, that as well.
Oh, yeah. And,
Yeah.
obviously that as well.
It absolutely makes you appreciate just how much freedom we really have in the normal world now that we're back. For me, it definitely brought me closer to people as well. You know, maybe really realize
Same here. Yeah.
how important it is to, you know, I don't know, have mates and, you know, talk about your feelings, et cetera, et cetera. You know, it was nice, good for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes you realize that you need it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's good for that. And it was also just good for, I don't know. You know, like it was really easy to get away with committing crime. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like it was really
fair,
easy. Like I was just
I mean, there's
murdering
cops
people
everywhere, mate. What do you mean?
Yeah, like there was no more like, oh, he hasn't left his house in 5 days. Better check on him. None of that. You just fucking kill people.
True.
Yeah, you kill
Very
people in their
true.
homes.
Yeah.
So
The crack dealer on the street was really easy to identify. There's
What's
no
that?
one else.
oh, because there's just no one else around. Only people selling crack. Like, what are you doing? I'm selling crack. Like, oh, have you got a work permit?
Hey, you're not wearing a mask.
Speaking of not checking on people who have been in their house for so long, I was thinking about this the other day. How long do you reckon it would take? Like, if you died in your house, because most of us live alone. If you died in your house, how long do you reckon it would take before, like, people found out and came and, like, checked on you?
2 days.
Because, like, I can go radio silent for a week and people won't ask questions because I just do it, you know?
Usually it's like the smell of your
Same.
neighbor. Your neighbor smells something.
Yeah, it could
And they know
be. It's
something's up
usually
couple
that,
weeks.
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I could probably go another year. He's like, oh, he's just back on his bullshit. He's just. hiding.
No, I feel like if I didn't hear from you for 3 days and I messaged and you got nothing, and Ryan was trying to reach you and messaged and got nothing, like one of us would drive to your house and knock on the door and then be like, all right, something is amiss, something is wrong.
knock on the door and be like, oh, I guess he's not home. Go home.
Something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very peculiar question. Who asked this question?
Toby.
Me.
You, Toby. Listen, what is it that you
Bro, I'm
want this
locking my
information
door
for?
tonight, man. I'm fucking scared.
I
So
was just
hypothetically,
thinking about
say like I murdered you. How long do you think it would take for people to figure out that you were dead?
Well, I just
Get
think
rid of it. Like,
this is just the sort of question I have now that I live alone. You know?
Fair.
3 days to book a flight, get out of the country.
Well,
Yeah.
I know
think
that I'm
people would
safe.
notice.
I'm safe from people murdering me because I have gamersubs.gg. Use code Misfits for 10% off.
So do I.
After using this,
Cancels it out.
I'll have 2 scoops. I'll have the energy to outrun any murderer or outgun any murderer with these bad boys because this is also an amazing pre-workout. It is incredible. It is keto friendly, sugar free, a lot of caffeine, nootropics, perfect for your gaming needs.
Flavors
Dragon
live,
fruit
but-
punch
Whoa,
or some of
look at
that blue rays. It is
Oh,
great,
there's an old one.
and
That's a rare pepper.
the good shit. That is
Look
is that the
Whoa.
strawberry?
That's the
Yeah,
strawberry.
that is a
Damn, that thing
rare
looks
paper.
sick.
Dang good shit.
Guys,
You're right.
gamersubs.gg, go over there, use code Misfits, get yourself some powder. It's some of the best powder you'll ever have, I promise.
Yeah.
Put it in
That
a
was the
drink.
best promo I've ever seen for Gamer Subs.
Sweet.
Incredible. We'd be able to get paid so much money for that.
Right. Well, I think that about wraps up the podcast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For
think we're.
I assume the rest of this year.
Yeah, for the
Yep.
rest of
Wow.
the year.
Yeah.
See you guys
Well,
next
well,
year, hey.
Yeah. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.
Or Hanukkah, or
The
Kwanzaa, or
Boxing
whatever
Day
else you
is
fucking
there.
celebrate, whatever weird pagan holiday your witch friends want to take you to. Have a good one.
Don't bother making New Year's resolutions. You won't stick to them. And Yeah.
True
You're a
facts.
failure. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Failure, fuck you. Thank you
You're
for
right.
bearing with us. Thank you for sticking by us. For those of
Yes.
This
you
is
that
the
have-
2020 Misfits signing out. We'll see you in 2021.
That's right.
I don't know what happened then. I forgot how to count. Like I didn't know what numbers were for a little while there.
because you're
Charlie, you should
starstruck.
take it in.
Yeah, I'll
it's
take
not
it
every
soon.
day we get to rub shoulders with Titans. It's great.
I know. This is the official podcast, episode 207. We got a real special one today. We're joined by an internet pioneer and also my new arch nemesis when it comes to sex toy collecting, Belle Delphine.
Woo! I'll be my own audience. Yay! Thank you for having me.
Well, we're happy you
It's
came
good to
on.
have you for coming on.
Yeah, I'm very interested into hearing about your sex toy collection. Very
I'm
interested.
That's a
glad-
good place to start, Charlie.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm
a
glad
good
you,
place
I'm
to
glad
start.
you asked. Like, so as I mentioned, I'm taking this competition very seriously. So much so, in fact, that my sex toy dealer sent me 3 boxes of 73 dildos. Is that an intimidating number for you, Belle, or is that like amateur shit?
That is absolute amateur. Puh, spit on you. Who are you? Who do you think you are coming up against me? I've got thousands upon thousands just in my basement.
Wait, really? I'm curious.
Yeah, wait, is that legit?
Yeah.
Charlie's quaking in his boots now.
Yeah, I was ready to like flex hard with 70 something. She's over here like I got 4 million in my basement.
Oh, well,
Charlie
I've been
doesn't even own a
kinda,
basement.
I've been kind of thinking because you say like, oh, I have a lot, and I'm like, oh shit, now I need to overcompensate because I was like, oh, I need a couple hundred, but you're back here saying like, oh, I've got loads, and plus I've got this huge like, you know, nemesis sponsor that I'm up against, and I'm like, oh man, I need to overcompensate, so I'm here like, like in the middle of the night,
Overcompensate.
ordering like loads and loads and loads. So
Ordering
depends.
loads.
It'll definitely be a battle.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I haven't been in, like, I'm not a very competitive guy. I think the last time I was even in a competition was high school basketball and I sucked ass. But I feel like here is when I can really shine when it comes to collecting things to go in assholes and whatever.
Wait, you,
Charlie, weren't you in a
you
massive
made the
Twitch
basketball
tournament for
team?
chess?
Yeah, but that's amateur shit compared to sex toy collecting.
Fair point.
Yeah.
I feel like this is both of our niches. Like, we may have failed in everything else in our life, but this is the one thing that we can come up against.
wow, that kamikaze there. Yeah, took Charlie out with you. I like it.
This is the one thing that I'm very passionate about, so I will fight you to the death with our big
Well,
Moby
Charlie,
Dicks.
now that
That's right. The Moby huge
Charlie, now
showdown.
that you're not really going anywhere during the pandemic, you could just sell your car and repurpose your garage, couldn't you?
Yeah, so like one thing I was thinking of doing is like really repurposing the Moby Huge in all types of ways to fit daily routines. So I could sell my car for more Moby Huges and I could just like make one into a skateboard to get around the area if I ever need to. Like there's so many
Well,
options now.
Yeah,
I thought you
that
said
is
there was
great.
only a few Moby Larges made. Like it's a very niche collector's item.
Yeah, so I think that's an artificial scarcity thing they're doing because when I bought my 2, they said there was only 3 left, and I checked yesterday and it says there's only 4 left. So I think Mastercock is trying to pull a fast one on us.
Are you questioning the integrity of the Moby Huge line?
Well, then I'm questioning whether or not there are actually only a few left from Mastercock.
Ah.
Well, I do have to admit, I actually did buy 3 more.
What? Wait, 3 more Moby Huges?
Yeah, so
Have you no honor?
4 in total. I saw your video and I was like, I have to compete. This is my one thing. I have to win.
Well, that's why they keep running out of them, because you and Charlie just keep buying them all immediately.
4
like
Moby
Does anyone else even buy them? Or is it just you two?
I think it's just us.
Probably just us. We're their one demographic, Charlie and Belle.
Why would anyone else buy it though, anyway?
So what I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard there was a porn star trying to like stretch herself enough to be able to at least fit the tip in. So maybe there's like a couple other people engaged in that competition, but
Oh god.
I don't know.
I mean, did you see that one video that floated around with like that bald guy who like supposedly put his head inside?
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, it's like a really old
classic.
VHS quality video, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
that's like 20 years
Yeah.
old. Good.
Web.
That is an old reference.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I was the boys back in class were watching that and giggling in like 9th grade.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's up there with like.
I don't think most of our viewers
That's one of the first.
would even know
that's
that.
like one of the first images you see. That's kind of like an indoctrination to the internet, where you're just browsing it like a normal person, and then someone sends you a
you just
shock
come across
website
it.
or something. It's one of those.
it's like
It's one of the pillars
like
of the
Goatsy
internet.
and shit.
Yeah, like Goatsy.
Yeah.
I would even say that it was one of the first offline viral videos where the internet wasn't even as pervasive as it is today, yet every kid in school had that on their very first phones that had video capabilities.
When you said offline viral things, I thought you meant they like printed it out and passed it around in class. Dude, check this out. It's fucking wacky.
No,
Paper airplaning it.
You guys remember those ugly, bulky, fat phones that first had video and photo abilities that looked like fucking sneakers? I don't remember the brand or the model at all. But
Nokia?
Nokia, probably a Nokia. I haven't even heard that brand name in a while, so probably them. Yeah,
They're the
that's
ones
what
that were
people
built
used to
like
watch it on.
bricks.
Yeah,
Yeah, the giant
indestructible.
fucking phones.
No, you're talking about the 3310. It wasn't that one. That one had Snake though. That one got Snake popular. But I'm talking about the next generation where they had video.
Oh, like the LG
The
View and
Razors?
the Razor,
Motorola
that
Razors?
generation.
No, it was. Oh my god, we're dating ourselves. But it was a different. It was the generation right in between the 3310 and the Razor, basically. I think.
The fuck kind of no man's land is that? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
I don't. Anyway.
I'm too young for this conversation.
Good reference.
I have no idea any of this stuff.
Please help us, Belle.
I'm sorry, I'm new wave.
No, we're all
Sorry,
we're all
this
young.
must be listening.
Goddamn
all
boomers.
This must be like listening to fucking old grandpas trying to
Geriatrics.
remember their war stories. Like, no, we shot 2 Nazis. No, it was 3, and it was in the Normandy. No, we were in Germany.
Remember Snake
Yeah,
on the
just
phone?
We're young though. We're still young. Like, Jackson's like fucking 18 years old. We're definitely still young.
I just graduated.
Oh, okay.
I just saw that
Yeah.
picture of the man being inserted into someone's vagina.
Jackson
In my
learned what
classroom,
sex was
actually.
through this podcast. He didn't know before.
Oh,
I still
innocent
don't
boy.
know, to be honest. You guys aren't very good teachers. One day.
So I think that's a good transition, Belle. There's something I've definitely wanted to ask for a little while. So, just given your history on the internet, I imagine there's been some like really fucking weird requests you've gotten from some people. Is there any that like really stuck out to you as something like really weird and entertaining that you'd like to share?
Yeah, see, I've watched loads of these kind of documentaries before, and there was one kind of person that other people used to get that I always really wanted. And literally 2 weeks ago, I got it. I got the request that I really wanted, and it was some guy saying, I will come and pay you so that I can clean your fridge.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Is that
Can I get in on that action, please?
Jesus.
What do I have to do?
Wait, do you want to clean the fridge, Kyle, or have your fridge cleaned?
No, can I, Belle? Can you send that guy my way? Hell, I'll let him clean my whole house. How about that?
Kaya, no. Think of the poor
Isn't it
man.
great?
That's how
He
generous I am.
can't take it, Kaya. That's too much. Come on.
That's way too much.
I know. I
I
guess.
would totally jump on it and say, yes, come forward. But just in case he's like, this is a ploy, because this is the one thing I would actually let someone come into my house for, right? So isn't that the best ploy, to like come into my house and then murder me? That's kind of how the route that I go
That's what
down.
I'd be thinking.
mean, hey, but think of it on the bright
Yeah,
side.
your
Clean
first has-
fridge. Like, why not?
True.
No. Well, your first thought has to be, oh, he's gonna rub his dick all over my food, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's his deal here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, come in your yogurt and shit. Yeah. It's gonna be a mess in there.
Oh no! And it's like, this milk tastes weird.
Did this cheese expire since yesterday?
Why are all of my containers still open? Oh well, I'm hungry.
A little biome in there, like little mutant cheese monsters from his seed.
The fridge somehow got dirtier. He didn't even do his fucking job.
The fridge is clean, but everything's sticky. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a shame.
Ow. So he
Didn't
would
seem like
pay
a
you.
trustworthy guy.
What's the going rate for that? Like, how much did he offer to pay you to come to your house and clean your fridge?
Like a few $100, I think. That's what he said. Which is quite a lot, right? That's great.
Yeah.
Would he also get his own, like...
Did you try to haggle?
Would he get his own transportation, too? Or his own, like, lodging? There's a lot of logistics to this.
Like
I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know where he lives. I wasn't quite sure if I should respond to it, so I kind of just left it. But it was still very satisfying receiving something like that. And I did think about it. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good offer. If it wasn't from like a weird possible psychopath, I think that'd be a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the time,
having a clean fridge is my kink. How did he know?
most of the time you have to pay people to do that for you, but he was going the opposite route. I would have taken it.
Yeah, selfish fucks.
Yeah.
Trying to earn a
Those
living.
fucking assholes taking money for that shit, they should pay me. A luxury.
Oh my god.
So where do those messages go into? Where did he send that? Is there like like an open like repository for them to drop it off?
I do have an email, but I it kind of just filter out to like reach the business stuff. But he messaged on OnlyFans.
Oh, okay, okay. So it was an OnlyFans request.
Yeah.
Would you accept the offer under like security supervision? Like if you hired Blackwater or something to keep an eye on you and him?
I feel like that's a bit counteractive, paying a security guard to help a guy who cleans my fridge. I might as well just pay the security guard to clean my fridge.
I'm sure you could find people to pay you to be your security guard, so it all evens out. Yeah, that'd be the worst security in history.
No, you hire an even creepier guy. He has to be even creepier and weirder to protect her during this.
Do you know what I could do? I could be the new mega mind Jeff Bezos, and I could have my whole warehouse of people paying to work for me. How about that?
That's genius.
Have a whole factory line.
That would actually probably work too.
Plumbing out my new bathwater line.
You're gonna eventually be like Willy Wonka, and all these dudes are gonna be your Oompa Loompas, just doing your bidding and making your fucking candy.
Yeah, I'll get them all to like dress up in the same weird like outfit.
Yeah, they're gonna sing weird songs. They're gonna sing weird songs about the shit that happens in your house day by day, just because they want to for fun.
Yeah, like Oompa Loompa doopity doo, let me clean your fridge for you.
Yes. Stop giving me ideas, guys.
Oompa Loompa dumpity bully fans. I want to sign up for your own.
Are you gonna go all Gene Wilder and invites little kids into the house and then slowly kill them off one by one?
Is that what happened?
It's literally the movie Jackson. He slowly just takes care of all of them.
Yeah.
He kills them.
No, I thought it was the kids that did that. Like the little Violet, whatever.
Yeah, but,
she got stuck in the
Jackson,
pipe. She was the one that went in there.
They have numerous workplace accidents in which children die and nothing happens. The factory just keeps running its merry way.
No, didn't Willy
Gene
Wonka
is just singing?
He scapegoated. He gave the factory to the kid at the end, so now he gets all the blame for the murder.
He signs all of the liability to another child and flies away in an elevator.
It's like, 17 children died here and their souls are haunting us now. Could you sign here for liability, just saying that I'm not responsible for any of their deaths? It's awesome. There's like this one scene where the kid is trying to drink out of the chocolate river and falls in, and Gene is just like, yeah, I guess he's gonna get turned into a chocolate bar now. People are gonna eat him.
I don't care.
You know what's really creepy though is that little girl, I forget her name in the movie, but the blueberry girl who gets inflated into a big blueberry. Was it Violet? Yeah. So that spawned a whole fetish.
Yep.
There's people out there who are specifically into violent inflation, and that poor woman, the movie is old. She's dead by now, and her legacy is a bunch of creeps watching the movie and jacking off every time that 12-year-old gets inflated.
Oh,
in the movie.
it's not even her being inflated. There's people who they get themselves or their characters drawn being inflated into a blueberry and having to get juiced.
No. I know that. I'm talking specifically. This is separate from the regular inflation porn. This is specifically blueberry inflation.
Yeah, they draw, they get themselves drawn in artwork, blowing up into a blueberry like she did and getting rolled around and squished. Literally, they want to be her in the movie, and they get off on it.
Yep, I have had this.
Yeah, have you ever got a request like that, Belle?
Yeah.
Have you ever blown up into a blueberry and had to be juiced by Orange Man?
He wanted me to plump up my cheeks, you know, when you fill up your cheeks and kind of like squish on your cheeks and like get the air out. He was like really into that, so he requested a bunch of those videos, which I did.
Well, yeah, that's pretty easy. How much did you charge for that?
These people with weird requests, I think they kind of know it, so I think they're kind of nervous about asking you, so I think they kind of overcompensate with like the tips or whatever, because he tipped a lot and I was completely fine to do this for like, you know, a way lesser amount, but I was like, yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, whoops.
So
he's not watching the podcast right now. She's safe.
Yeah. So let's flip the script a little bit. What was the most outlandish reward or gesture that you got for something simple? Like, was there ever a guy who was like, I'll give you $10,000 if you wave at me? I'll give you $1 million if you smile. Like, did you ever get any of those people who were just super enthusiastic about nothing?
Well, I did. Before I even started anything like OnlyFans or Patreon, or even was like who I am now online, I used to meet up with this guy, and we would go on like a date somewhere, and he would speak about like, because he was really into computer science and all these things. So I just sit listening to him go on and on about computer science, sort of nodding my head, barely speaking. It wasn't really about me, and he paid me, I think, £2,000, which must be like $2,500 or something along those lines.
Wow.
And it was crazy because it was really often as well, and it was the way that I found out about him was because he just randomly, I had an Amazon wish list like every e-thought does nowadays, and he just randomly sent me a PC on there. So I was like, whoa, like who is this person? And then I messaged him, and then he wanted to, meet up with me, so I did, and he just spoke about himself the whole time. It was great. I just sat there and I was like learning all this like crazy level computer science stuff, and yeah, I got paid for it.
So you were just a therapist by that point.
No, not even.
Was it?
Yeah,
was it Edward Snowden?
Yeah, Edward Snowden's real bored these days. I think this is actually quite a common thing, though, is a lot of guys actually do go to people who work in the sex industry and want a sort of therapist relationship. A lot of girls say they get this with guys, lonely guys.
Well, they probably just want to interact with women in any way.
Yeah, I mean, people who are in relationships
don't have the confidence, or
people who are in relationships or aren't lonely usually aren't going to be the ones seeking out sex workers. It goes hand in hand.
True.
I don't know. I mean, Belle, what do you think is like the ratio of people who are married or in a relationship that employ your services?
That's so hard to say because they don't really say it. There are a few that I kind of get a general idea because whenever I send things out like Polaroids or something through the mail, there are quite a lot of people that say the envelope must be discreet. So I'm kind of thinking like, what are the reasonings for that? So I assume, wife or roommates or something like that. But there's quite a lot of people who ask for very discreet mailing. So that kind of gives me an idea.
Makes sense.
I imagine it's probably not like a small number of people. I imagine it's probably going to be like a decent chunk, especially in like the current climate of things. I wouldn't be shocked.
What's the current climate of things?
Oh, like so many like married dudes go on like OnlyFans and stuff. I know that for a fact because they talk about it on Twitter.
Married men have been using like chatterbait and shit since the dawn of time, or just like seeing hookers or going to strip clubs. That's been a pretty common thing since marriage existed. For as long as marriage existed, I mean.
I mean, there's whole dating sites for people who are married, right? What was that one that got hacked?
I was just about to bring
shit,
that
that
up.
was huge.
Oh, I know it.
They immediately got sent into
Madison,
fucking
something Madison,
suicide mode.
right?
Yeah, it was like Ashley
Madison.
Ashley Madison.
Ashley Madison.
Ashley Madison.
We,
Okay.
we both got
you're
we
both
got
right.
separate parts of the name. Cool. That was cute.
Yeah, and it leaked. It leaked not only like passwords and stuff, but account information and usernames, so you could just look up if your spouse was cheating on you on Ashley Madison.
Oh man,
It was
I'll tell
fucked.
you, there was one time that I've refunded someone's money completely, and this was
Ooh.
under like exceptional circumstances, just because I couldn't hack it. It was so fucked up. So there was this guy. He messaged a lot. He was one of like the big tipper type people, and so I would speak to him often, and he'd tell me about himself, and he worked, and he had a wife, and that's not uncommon. And honestly, it's not my place to say, you know, if you just have a wife. It wasn't my place. So I just, you know, I'd be there, I'd speak to him. And then it kind of started getting weirder. He'd send me pictures of him and his wife and his children. And then I was like, oh, this feels uncomfortable. People don't really do that.
Ooh, yeah.
And then it got even worse. And this was
No.
the point that I refunded him, because he basically explained how he gets his sweet Asian wife to dress up as me, and there was pictures of her in the pink wig, and I was like, this is so fucked up. And I could almost like see that she was uncomfortable in the picture, and I was like, this is fucked up. I'm refunding your money. And I literally said, take this money and spend it on your family, because I'm not comfortable with me receiving it. It's
Yeah,
so
her
weird.
cosplay of you was that bad.
That woman is dead.
Belle just wasn't impressed. It wasn't up to standards.
Dude, that woman is dead now. But there's a good
Oh.
possibility the moment you dumped him, it was like, fuck, you weren't even good enough to cosplay her. Fuck you. What are you good
Oh
for?
man, yeah,
Oh, you're gonna
ruined
give Belle
marriages.
nightmares now.
I was this close to cleaning her fridge.
Puts the kids in a car, drives it into a river. What's the point of a family now?
And then he turns into a big blueberry.
Oh no, I hope someone doesn't squeeze me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, what if?
Oh man.
Speaking of squeeze, Andrew, do you want to talk about Harry's?
I was just about to bring up, I would love to talk about something. My new main squeeze when it comes to razors, if you will.
Nice.
Harry's. Think about it. The name implies what you're going to do with these razors. We got hair. Lots of places on your face and on your body. Who knows? Maybe there's someone in this episode right now who knows about not wanting unsightly body hair, part of the profession, if you will. And that's why if you're going to shave, you can use Harry's. And you can find Harry's new sharper blades in big box drug and grocery stores near you. But if you shop online, you can redeem a trial offer of Harry's new sharper blades. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, Harry's owns a German factory that has been honing razor blades for 100 years, and they confidently stand by a 100% quality guarantee. They source steel from Sweden and have their entire manufacturing process from R&D to the factory floor to keep their prices low. You can get Harry's sharpest blades ever if you head on over to the grooming aisle in your store, like I said, or you can be a child of the future and go to harrys.com/official, HARRYS.com/official. And new U.S. customers can redeem a Harry's trial set there. You'll get a 5-blade razor, including the newer, sharper blades, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover to protect your blade when you're on the go, just by going to harrys.com/official and redeeming your trial offer today. You can shave any part of your body. You don't even have to shave. You can display them as a nice little trophy saying, you see those blades over there? They're from Germany. That's amazing. Go to harrys.com/official, redeem your trial offer, try their kit. Let us know what you think.
Epic.
And that leads into a topic I had for Miss Belle Delphine, actually. How much, I don't want to say effort, but have you ever gone to really extraneous lengths for your services, or do you think you kind of sat and looked at what you're doing and went, man, I'm putting a lot of effort and work into this? How hard of a job do you think it is, what you do overall work-wise?
Interesting. Well, obviously, like with any job, or if you're a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that obviously no one sees. So, like, I do everything myself. So it's like setting up the lighting and then organizing where I'm going to take the photos and then taking the photos and then uploading them and then speaking to people. I mean, there's so many people that you have to speak to. I think that's the whole premise with OnlyFans is it's the one-on-one speaking, right? And then there's I get wrapped into this and I just forget, like, oh shit, I should probably post on Twitter or something. And then there comes like the mega projects that's kind of like the whole YouTube thing, or things like that. But it doesn't take that long to get ready. Probably like an hour to like hair and makeup and stuff like that.
See, that's why I ask, because that's what in a way frustrates me, because you seem to get all that time and effort and makeup, and then you take photos, and then it's done for the most part. You put on all these outfits or these costumes or all this setup, and once your photos are taken, that's it. Move on to the next one, and it's like, man, that's a lot of pageantry just for those few photos. Sometimes.
Do you do OnlyFans as well, Andrew?
Yeah, you ruined the surprise, Jackson. Got my OnlyFans, been putting on my cosplays.
That was a question I wanted to ask you about. Do you see a lot of success from men doing OnlyFans? Like, the only one I can think of is Nikado Avocado, and it's because he does like some really good stuff. Like, he'll throw his legs over his head to have his whole butthole gape towards the camera. Do you see like a lot of success from male OnlyFans?
It depends. There's different demographics for it. There's obviously you've got like the Nico Avocado, which is shock factor stuff, right? It's such good commentary. And I mean,
yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, pretty mental. I'm sure he does other stuff. I don't know. But then there's like the whole for content for gay people. But I don't think it'll ever be as successful as some of these Instagram girls, because I think that's where most of the money is put into.
There's just too much massive like guys are just so horny online.
Yeah,
like they'll go to extreme lengths to get those nudes.
For nearly any concept that you can sexualize, there's a fetish for it. There's a person placating it. There's people drawing art of it. Everything is served on the internet, whatever your taste.
Like Jackson's friend who
women
draws
are just
porn.
not gonna be ever as horny as men online. And I mean, the only demographic that would even have the slightest chance is, like Bell said, maybe the gay OnlyFans creators. But even then, there aren't as many gay people on the internet as horny straight guys.
I think there are. I think they're definitely a minority, but there are definitely horny women online. But there's just so much supply. There's just so much supply. There's just so many. Do you see them? there's so many men just ready. Like, they're just posting their dicks anywhere that they can. There's so much supply there to meet a very small demand, I think. So. Girls get most of the attention when it comes
and obviously
to
there is this whole culture. I think, like, rather than like a gay OnlyFans or whatever, I think men are more happy to like feel like they're helping a girl out, right? Like with OnlyFans, like they're giving this girl money to like help her. Yeah, I don't know, like to help her with her life. That's what they kind of like to feel like they're caring for this girl beyond seeing their content. They also want to feel like the alpha guy, like supporting this girl and stuff like that. So there's definitely a thing. I mean, with like it's so huge. Like with Twitch girl streamers, these guys really want to help these people, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's
what they
those
like to
parasocial relationships we always talk about.
It's also definitely machismo, where they want to show off and be like, "Back off, guys! I'm the one who cleaned her fridge, not you."
I was gonna ask about that. So on Twitch, Bell, I'm sure you've heard these stories where some Twitch booby streamer reveals accidentally that she's married, and her moderators in the Twitch chat have a fucking meltdown because they all thought that they were the special boy in her life who was eventually gonna meet her. Have you ever had something like that in your emails or private messages? A guy who was angry finding out that you might not be interested in dating him specifically?
Honestly, I don't actually think I've had many angry guys at me towards that thing. It's more so expectant. Like, I have a lot of guys that actually expect to date me, and they're kind of confused when it's I don't know, it's really hard when such strong emotions come involved. Like, they're really like, I love you, and I think about you all the time, and I really have these feelings for you, and we're gonna meet up, and we're gonna do all these things. And then it's kind of, it's a hard playing ground, because I don't want to, upset them, and I also don't really want to push them away. But I also don't want to.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you kind of like play? Do you kind of like play into that at all to try to string them along so they pay more? Because if I was in your position, I absolutely would.
Only to a certain degree. It crosses a line. I think when I can see that it's becoming negative, if they're like too obsessional maybe, or too I definitely play on the sexual aspect, of course. Like, I want to be their sexual fantasy, right? But relationship-wise, it's weird. I'm not sure.
So, sorry, the whole sex thing took us aback there. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that. So,
Charlie, what kind of guest did you bring on this show?
I'm sorry.
No one ever actually told me what you do, by the way. I've just been guessing. No, I'm kidding, by the way.
So I wanted to. This is probably a question you can't,
if you will.
Yeah, this is probably a question you can't answer, but I'd be very curious. Is there like anyone in the OnlyFans sphere, like anyone that you message with, that you actually have feelings for as well, or is it all just straight business?
Oh my god!
Have you ever fallen for a fan?
100%. I had this one guy, and he was the one who paid for my Skype tier quite a while ago when I had that, and we, obviously I Skyped him because he paid for it, and he ended up being a really, really nice person, and then we'd kind of like keep Skyping, and then it kind of came to the point where it reversed roles. I was asking to Skype him and things like that.
Did he clean his fridge? He played the long con. Holy shit.
God, where's his OnlyFans? I want to subscribe to that.
Yeah. That must be one handsome dude.
Yeah, I want to see who this man was.
He wasn't. I've never really been the type of person to fall for stereotypically attractive people. Throughout my life, I've always, I don't know, maybe it's the whole thing, like at school, I always hated this whole inferior and inferior thing with like the popular kids and the non-popular kids, and I always never really liked the popular guys, because I just didn't like feeling inferior to them, or like lesser or weaker in some way. So I always I was so drawn to the internet, and when I was drawn to the internet, it's like humor, right, was my thing. If I found a funny guy, I didn't care what he looked like at all. And in some weird aspects, I actually found myself getting more attracted to guys who are stereotypically not attractive, because it felt like I don't know, it was kind of hot to me. I don't know why. But looks have never been kind of my one priority for guys to be. It's always just humor, I think.
Take that, Chads. See, everyone has a chance.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Well, I mean, humor is kind of the male's survival mechanism, so wholeheartedly believe that. It's not all of us look good. We kind of gotta make chicks laugh to be able to procreate.
Yeah, definitely. Humor's very important, I think, as a guy. You can completely make it if you've got a comedy on your belt as well. Even if, regardless of what you look like, there's definitely a girl out there for you, I think.
So, Belle, do you in general feel safe doing what you do on the internet and with your, privacy and such? Because even people where feelings and romantic feelings and sexual feelings aren't involved, even they sometimes aren't safe. YouTubers get swatted on the regular. People show up to their houses just to harass them, and things happen. They get doxxed. How is it for you? Is it do you figure it's worse than other people on the internet, other content creators, influencers? I hate those words, but
I'm not sure if it's worse for me. I mean, because it's hard to say, because I know there are normal Twitch streamers that have, intense problems. Even Twitch streamers who I wouldn't assume would have these offensive fans, right? Yeah. It seems to be non-gender specific, even with Boogie, right? He just got that was crazy.
Yep.
Poor Boogie.
Yeah.
And that's my point. Even someone like Boogie still has some dude showing up to his house to just harass him and create content out of him, and it must be...
It's the internet.
Yeah, even on the smaller scale it happens. You can have Twitch streamers who have 5 viewers per stream, and one of them could still be crazy obsessive stalkery, and you just don't hear about it.
Yeah, I mean,
their only goal is just to fuck with that one person for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
That's just what harassment is on the internet.
I do have to say, I am very, very grateful that I don't actually live in America. I feel like the risk is bigger. I feel like, maybe this is offensive, but I do feel like there are a lot more loonies in America. Like, I don't know, because America's so big. Everyone has access to a gun if they, want to, right? So thank fuck I don't live there. And plus, most of my audience is from America as well. So I feel like that kind of creates a safe gate for me.
Yeah, there's a boundary.
Yeah.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.